Good morning, guys. Good morning to you. I'm laughing at myself. I hope you guys are having a great Saturday morning. I'm about to talk to at Amrit Fit underscore 120. Okay, I'm gonna invite him now, and we're gonna get to talking, find out a bit more about him, his fitness and health lifestyle, his experience in the industry, and a bit more. Let's get personal. Let's find out about Amrit. I met Amrit about 6 years ago. It could be longer, not sure. But he's a great guy. You guys tune in, get to know, okay? I'm gonna accept him now. Let me add him now. Amrit. Let's go. Let's go, Amrit. Wait, I need to get my headphones. Oh my god. I don't have my headphones. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, what's happening, Bella? You alright?
Good. How are you? Can you hear me? I don't have my headphones. I don't know if it's gonna sound good.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. What's happening?
How are you, man? You're looking good, bro.
I just had a quick arm pump still.
No, you can't resist, man. I could imagine you training before. Like, yeah.
What's that?
You look good, man. It's good to see you after all these years.
Thank you. What's happening? Is my head in the stream? Sorry, I don't know if my head's chopped off or not.
Your head.
No, my head. Is it in the screen properly? That's fine, isn't it?
Yeah, let me turn it up a bit so you can see my big head as well.
How you doing?
Man, I had an idea in November, and I thought, wait, I need to talk to people in the industry. Like, there's so much people out there like you who are diamonds in the industry that need to be seen, and their story needs to be heard. So I thought, let me just jump on live and talk to as much people as I can. It's going so, it's going so well. I had to ask you, you know what I mean? You someone who's special to me because when I first started FitNatixs, you were someone who came down from your area to come and support me in a House of Pharaoh class. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that was about 6 years ago. Yeah, maybe 6, 7, 5, 6 years ago.
That was House of Pharaohs we were training, you know?
Yeah. No, I know. That's what I was going to say. Like,
have you seen their comments then? Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
High since then, and we were just like trying to mash them up and have fun. Do you know what I mean? And they've gone really, really far. They've been touring and they've been all over the world. Like they're doing really, really good. And my nephew, Jay, he was in Top Boy.
Top Boy, I see it.
Yeah, you see it?
Shout out to your nephew, honestly. Like, you know what it is? But I've always been big on just seeing people like, like people that you know and good people like succeed and get far. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And obviously, true say, obviously, I didn't know you too well, and obviously, I only knew you through Daniel and whatnot, but, straight away, the energy was there, and, like, you know what I mean, we, like, again, like, you're going to click with people that, you know what I mean, your tribe, right, so, I think it was all good energy, like, when I came down to see you, and, like, obviously, seeing your nephew doing his thing and that, so, shout out to him. Top Boy Season 3 was hard.
It was hard, I know. I'm going to let him know you said that, man.
Big up your nephew.
Yeah, I will. I'll big him up, man. He'll probably say the same thing because we remember. Sometimes we look at the video, we're laughing at it of how they were doing the burpees and stuff. So it was good memories, man. Tell people who you are. Tell them a little bit about you.
Cool. My name's Amrit. I'm from North London. 33 years young, not old. We stay young out here, so basically I've been doing personal training for like 7 years. I've been into fitness probably since I was 17, 18. I was always into like the fitness, well not always, sorry, like PE, obviously school normally is when you start like your fitness kind of, fitness kind of journey, but then obviously I think maybe where I was quite short during like secondary school and that, I never really got picked for teams and stuff like that, so it kind of put me off the fitness side a little bit. No, it's true though, because I wanted to play, but because obviously the height and stuff like that, like I wouldn't get picked and whatnot, so obviously it kind of pushed you away from that, and then I kind of not fell off the fitness, but I just kind of didn't get involved as much as probably I would like to have. And then like, kind of later on, I think started working, and then where I was working in North Finchley, right next to me was a Fitness First. Yeah, so the Fitness First was the one back in the day. I think like they were the one. And next door to me there was a Fitness First, so I started training there. I got a PT as well. So just one thing as well, like
you got a PT yourself?
Yeah, so this is what I was saying. I've said it to a lot of people, but this is a bit of a crazy story as well. Like, I won't get too much into it, but when I started, me and my friend that went into started gymming together. We're like, you know what? We don't know what to do really. Let's get a PT. And one of the guys in the gym, he was like this big bodybuilder. Like you can see, like big, like do you know what I mean? Especially when you're young and like you're do you know what I mean? Male, whether male or female, but as a young male, like you see this guy and you see him, he's like, do you know what I mean? Big muscles, everything, and you think, you know what, like you want to get into that, right? So yeah, so obviously we took him on as a PT. I think we done about maybe 10 weeks with him. I think twice a week. And then it's a bit crazy what had happened, but one day I was walking up to go to do our session, and the friend that I normally train with was walking back the opposite way. So obviously, like I've seen him, and he goes, like I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "You're not going to believe what's happened." Basically, the guy had, like, unfortunately jumped in front of a train. This is not a negative. This is not a negative thing, but it's the harsh reality of what we do as fitness. In like, you know, people think that we have it all figured out. They think that we're always, you know, like we stay as positive as we can do. But you know, at the end of the day, we're all not. I don't want to say fighting our demons, but we're still trying to figure out our own stuff as well. You know, so we're not perfect. You know, so I think when he said that to me, I was quite taken back, because if you've seen him in the gym, Bella, the guy had high energy, always smiling. You know, he was so busy as a PT, but you know, sometimes behind the scenes, you don't know what a lot of people are going through. Right? Yeah, for real. So like that kind of was like, you know, that was my first experience of like, you know, not mental health, but you know what, you can have it look like you have it all put together, but a lot of the times, you know, it's more than that. You know. Yeah,
it's definitely more. It's way deeper. That's a very sad story. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, it can help someone else right now who's probably going through a depression behind the scenes and showing up all happy and, you know, and not really thinking it, but they're trying to be in the society when they know behind closed doors it's hard. It's really good, because I've had my days where I don't want to be out. Do you know what I mean? I took a year off training, and Instagram didn't even notice. Everyone just expected me to be that woman, you know what I mean? But I was gone for a whole year, because I had so much content to show. I posted, but I weren't there. I had done it like 2 weeks ago. Do you know what I mean? So I would say, what would you say to any PT right now that's going through depression behind the scenes and kind of wants to do more and wants to help themselves? What would you say to them?
I feel just, like, you know, I think sometimes we can be our own worst enemy. So I think just don't be so hard on yourself. I think just generally people, but I think as a trainer, like, I feel like we have to feel like like you said, we have to show up all the time. You know, there's a lot of pressure. I wouldn't say pressure, but for us to show up, because obviously we're trying to show the consistency of training, so that obviously if it's clients, they can see that, okay, we're not just talking about it, we actually do what we talk about, right? But, you know, same time, we're human as well, so we get tired, and I feel like, you know, especially when you come with high energy, you know, I feel like it's got to be reciprocated. So I think over the years, I've learned that, you know, energy's got to be reciprocated, and, you know, at the end of the day, we're giving 110%. We need the clients to come in and show up as well, you know, because at the end of the day, it's an equal exchange of energy, because it's not fair on, obviously ourselves and other people, where people are just coming to take, you know, so got to be a give and take when, you know, with anything, right? So definitely for trainers or whatever, just people, just like maybe just don't be so hard on yourself, and just know we're all just trying to find our way, right? And we're just trying to, you know, do the best we can, you know.
Yeah, and there's always someone out there that can help you. There's always someone, even if it's just you go for a walk in the park and there's a person on the bench and you have a conversation. That person could help change your mood, you know. Like, there's always a way to get out of your depression. So try not to stay in. You've been for a very long time. How long?
Say that again, sorry? How long have you been for? 7 years. Since 2015, March.
Nice. Oh, March, my mom. I'm born in March.
Oh, so yeah. When's your birthday? When's your birthday?
My birthday's on the 10th.
10th, okay. How young are we going to be? 21, yeah?
No, 15.
Yeah? 15, so yeah, that's what I said, not 21.
Yeah, I gotta be younger than that, man. Like, you know, I'm 15 forever. Even when I'm 85, I'm gonna tell my grandkids that I'm 15.
Yeah, trust me. No, honestly, I was just even today, like, I just finished up doing a class this morning.
What class?
Huh?
What class?
It was just I was covering a class today, a boxing class today in the morning,
Oh, nice.
and I was like, you know what? It's just bringing out that childlike mentality. You know, I feel like
Yeah,
we're obviously we are getting older, but I feel like to keep that childlike mentality, you know, just training everything, just keep it very light-hearted. You know.
Yeah, it keeps us young.
Yeah,
Working out
yeah, yeah,
young. It's like there's a chemical that releases that you had as a child. When you train,
yeah,
it comes back. It comes out, and it's, I don't know, you just feel so much better after a training session. Maybe not straight after, but like an hour after you train. You
yeah,
feel confident, you know. Like,
yeah, for real.
so where do you train now? Tell us about your brand. Where's your classes? And if I wanted to reach out to you to get them a training session, because you do loads of things, what I'm going to mention. But where would I
Yeah.
find you? What are you doing now?
So Trinity, basically, you see the brand behind. Trinity is the brand.
Yay!
Yeah. So Trinity is basically me and my business partner Adriana. So we started it in 2019 October.
Nice.
So we're based in Crouch End / Hornsey. Do you know what I mean? So we're kind of North London area. We do personal training. We do classes. Semi PT. Obviously, we do we do boxing, but it's like boxing. So we just do again just general kind of fitness, but we're not specific to any. You know, like we're not CrossFit, bodybuilding, nothing like that. We're just kind of general fitness, getting people from A to B. You know, just kind of keeping it very simple at the same time.
That's cool. That's
Yeah,
more like
exactly.
MLP. MLP
Right?
training. So you kind of, you're not doing a specific style, like it's not just an MMA gym. You kind of do everything in one.
Yeah, but we're not classified as a. You know what I mean, we're just like a. I don't say even boutique. We're just a small studio, kind of like, you know. But we again, it's more. I feel like we're drifting towards that kind of base, but like a community base. You
Yeah,
know,
you are.
yeah, exactly. We're trying to get a community involved, so we're trying to work with the Haringey community, which is the borough that we're in.
Yeah.
We've got a few things going on. We've got a few things that are going to be happening, hopefully in the near future. Yeah, it's just to do with like connections and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, like you said, you could be speaking to someone on a park bench, but you don't know who that person knows or whatnot. And then we got one thing that we are working with Haringey Community Gold, which is they're basically like they're funded organisation basically, but what they do is just work with youth within the community that are either actively involved in gangs or could be potentially involved in gangs. And they just come in, and one of the guys that runs it is called Brad. He's part of the whole Haringey Community Gold as well. Basically, just like you get youngsters coming in, and you know what I mean, a safe space that they can come in and just train. We do a bit of strength training with them, a bit of conditioning.
Really
You know, yeah,
think
just getting them in a good
the age
environment.
range 10 to 21s?
The age I think is 9 to 15, I believe, or
9 to
8 to
15.
15.
That's
And
good.
it's free as well. So if anyone's in the area, or even if you're out of the area and you want to come down, it's every Saturday at 12 o'clock.
That's amazing, man. Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
I'm going to spread the word.
yeah, please, please.
Send me like a poster and then I can put it on my story.
Yeah,
Saturday,
yeah, yeah.
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock Saturdays, every Saturday, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing, man. You're giving back to
Yeah,
your community. And what
yeah,
was you, when you was, before you got the studio with your business partner, what was you doing as a PT then? Was you in the
yeah. So,
basement in the gym, outside?
no, so I had another gym before, so that was my gym that I had. So I had that for 2 years. So,
Oh,
yeah, exactly. So I had my own gym, which was based in North London as well. But that was a little bit more of an easier transition. So basically, I'd gone from working in a gym environment, which is again in North London, in a better gym. So I think definitely as a PT, I think it's good to get your experience in a gym to start with.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, just get yourself out there.
Go to different gyms, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's good to travel, like be at different, go to gyms in different areas, work in different areas, and to
Yeah,
gain
yeah,
more knowledge on the different types of people in different areas and your clientele. Some people can pay £25 an hour, some people can pay £75 an hour. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Just kind of circle and find your niche.
But yeah, even when you said that, I think it's like I think what's important as well. Any like again trainers, if they're there or they're looking to get into training, is certain gyms. I don't know. Maybe I think I got lucky in the sense of I got into a better gym and it wasn't as packed. There wasn't that many PTs there. So as I was going in there, I think 2 or 3 PTs were leaving. So it kind of left it open for me to kind of go in there, and especially where I was new, I came in with high energy, and I think where I came in with that energy, and people just were, it was kind of new to the, you know, they wasn't used to that. That worked in my favour, but I feel like, you know, certain gyms, be mindful of which gyms you're going into, because like somewhere like Pure Gym and that, they've got a lot of trainers. So again, competition, whether you say competition or not, but you know, when they've got so many, there's a lot going on. So I think where I started in a smaller gym, I think that worked good for me.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And it's like you seem so much more happier in this Trinity business. Like you've blossomed, you can see it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
thank you. Yeah.
You got a Will Smith belly last year, didn't you?
What's that?
I saw your Will Smith belly. Yeah, I saw
I
your
still got
post.
it. I still got it.
No, you don't. No, that ain't Will Smith. You put a picture up on your page, yeah, of you and Will Smith. I was busting out, you know, I was laughing.
No.
And then, like a year later, you're just shredded. You're still there, blah, and in. So I'm like, I love that you show your transformation over time.
Yeah.
Way more realistic than other PTs where you don't see them before. You just see them as the bodybuilder, ripped, sexy, big arm, small waist woman. But what did you look like before?
Yeah,
You know
for real. Yeah.
you show your full transformations, and it's like, wow. Like,
Yeah, I think, yeah, definitely. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it's.
Do you have trouble with your weight going up and down?
You know what it was? Like, you know, I'm not going to say the lockdown it did make a little bit of a difference in the sense I relaxed a bit more with my food. But why I found I did that, I was more active in the sense of I was cycling a lot more. I was doing big cycles. So for me, you know, I was burning a lot of calories. So, you know, and it made me just realize again with the food and just having that happy medium, you know, because I think when I first got in the industry, it was I felt like I had to do everything right. And then I was trying to say the right things to clients, you know, you got to do this, even though their lifestyle wouldn't match up with what you're trying to get them to do, you know.
Yeah.
Trying to get them to train 4 or 5 days a week, and they got a hectic lifestyle, you know. So I found that definitely meeting people, clients where they're at, I think that was definitely a big part of, you know, just learning the whole, you can't, you know, telling someone to not do nothing as humans. I think when you tell someone not to do it, they want to do more of it, right? Stuff like that. So I think it's kind of just for myself as well. It's like, you know, I just relaxed a little bit, but I feel like now things are getting back to normal. I want to keep that consistency, you know. Yeah. So yeah, that's my view now. It's not like I don't want to keep doing that transformation or put on weight or lost weight. I just literally just want to maintain something I can sustain. And like recently I've taken on new kind of hobbies as well, and I feel like, you know, I'm not being too fixated on gym in itself. You know, I feel like just movement is you know, fitness, right? So
Yeah, your hobby. I've seen your hobby.
What's that? Wait, are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah.
Show me some salsa. Hey, hey, hey. Hey,
Hey, trust me. Hey.
There's one video where it's like, it's not about how fast you go, it's about you not stopping. And I didn't know that, you know.
Sorry, so that was that.
What's it? Like, it's not how fast you go with the salsa. It's about not stopping. It's about flowing, continuously keeping the flow. But I didn't know that. Oh, that makes sense. You just have to keep it going. But I would stop like
The thing is with that, Bella, yeah. No, Bella. The thing with that, yeah, is when I keep stopping, my teacher, I do one-on-one.
Yeah.
She's like, no matter what happens, do not stop. Like, just don't matter if you mess up.
Yeah.
Just don't stop. And I think that's so important now. Where I'm learning it is, you know what, just kind of. Whether you mess up, just continue going so that you don't stop the flow of the actual thing. Because especially with salsa, I'm not a natural dancer. Some people are natural dancers, so I feel like their rhythm, they can get it very quickly. If I've had 1 or 2 drinks, then it's a different story. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, but I can't really be turning up to the one-on-one session, like, you know what I mean? You know? So right now, there's a bit of resistance from me going from like a weight and training background of being quite stiff to now getting some WD-40 on their hips and kind of like, you know, really trying to, trying to my inner Shakira, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're good, man. You got it flowing, and I think if you keep that going, you're gonna start doing the videos on your own. You know what I mean? When you got it down to a T. I like it, man. Keep it up. And
but you know what? It's good.
You're doing comedy. You're doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah. So basically, it's a bit annoying about. It was supposed to happen this year, like earlier in this year.
Yeah.
So the place I done it was through.
Comedy
Okay,
Clubhouse.
Ultra Comedy. I think it's called Ultra Comedy.
Okay.
And even how that came about was, I think it's just to do. I can't even remember. Maybe I was talking to someone about it, or someone was talking about comedy, and for the next like 1 or 2 weeks after I talked about it, the ads keep coming up to do stand-up comedy. So I was like, this thing kept coming up, and one day I was just like, you know what, I'm quite bored with just doing the same thing, and then I signed up to it. And I'm like, I'm one of the people, Bella, yeah. I'll do something and then I'll like, shit, what have I done? Like, I'll sign up to shit and I'm like, oh shit, what have I done, innit? So it was one of them ones where I signed up to it. I've let my cousins know, and the one thing I try to do is, like, if I've done something, I try put it out there. I know with social media it can be a good thing, a bad thing, but I try to put it out there so I'm a little bit more accountable, because obviously I put it out there so people are waiting for, you know what I mean, me to do it and stuff like that. So it gives me that accountability as well. Yeah, so I done it, and my cousin done it with me, and I'll be honest, that was one of the best experiences I've ever had.
Oh wow!
Yeah, just
people laughing.
The moment just before you go on the stage, here, Bella, is because I think public speaking is like known to be one of the most scariest things. I think people, one of the scariest things I think people to do is public speaking. So when I done it, it was a mixture of like just literally putting myself out there. It wasn't it was a confidence builder. It wasn't too much about comedy, because I think I'm funny, but I'm not.
It's more about you, isn't it?
Yeah, it was literally just to put myself out there. And honestly,
That's good, man. When you do another one, let me know. I'm gonna come.
October.
Yeah, I'm coming to the October one, definitely.
Yeah, it's in the backyard comedy.
I want the dates and the times and the address, everything. DM me, yeah, because I want to be there. Because I've been thinking about doing it as well, you know. Because my friends in the book
I'm telling everyone, like, whoever obviously I've told her, I was like, listen, you should do it. It's not even if in case you think you're funny or not, is you learn along the 8 weeks. So you turn up once a week. I done it on a Monday, and I think you do a 2 or 3 hour session with the group of people that you're going to do the comedy with. The first session, all you do is they literally get you on stage with the mic, the lights in your hand, and you're in front of people. Honestly, it's the most nervous thing. You go on there because you don't know where to put your hands. You don't know what to say. You're very self-conscious, right? And it's amazing to see people that, like, even myself, everyone go on stage the first, especially people that have done it only once, go on stage and go on stage quite nervous and not that confident, to that last 8 weeks or actually on the night where everyone just showed up and literally done their thing, and you think, wow, like,
I'm gonna apply.
It's amazing. I'm gonna send you the link, Bella. After.
Seriously, I want to try it out, man, because I think I'm funny.
Actually.
I say sometimes I'm just chilling. If I'm on a bus, I'll just be thinking to myself some things. I'll be laughing like, wow, that was actually funny. I wonder if that would work. So I want to try it because I'm scared.
Yeah.
I want to try it.
Yeah, that was the element of it. That was the element of it, Bella.
I'll be okay.
Sorry?
When people laughing though, like at your jokes.
Yeah, so you know what, it's a bit annoying because they've taken my video off YouTube. I'm going to find out why. It was on there for like 2-3 years, so I need to see why they're taking it off. But I was the first act. So what happened was when I went, when they asked who wants to go first, I don't know, again, I'll do these things. My hand just shot up straight away. It shot up straight away, and I looked around and no one else had their hand up. And I swear to God, Bella, I think maybe one other person had their hand up. And in my head, I was thinking, would I want to go in the middle where, say that you've got loads of like funny comedians before you and you come in the middle, they've set the bar quite high, and then obviously I was thinking, would I want to go last? Because if I go last, obviously everyone's kind of tired. Yeah, they're tired. They've been sitting there 2-3 hours already, so you think they're not going to laugh at your jokes. So I was like, you know what, let me get it out of the way, go on stage, get it out of the way, and then literally just start drinking after, because like, I swear, as soon as I got on stage, I went back and I had a shot. Honestly, I needed it just to calm myself down.
Just be like, woo! But it was a good experience. That's so good, man.
Yeah, it was sick.
Go back to the pandemic.
Yeah.
How did it change your business strategy? Did it affect it positively, negatively?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, so also we had to close the doors, so we wasn't allowed to train people in the studio. which was, you know, for us, it was when the doors open, that means people coming through. That's obviously what we need to be continuous, is people coming through the door. So we transitioned to the Zooms, which everyone seemed to be doing. Yeah, so at first, you know, the Zoom workouts.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, I was against it, Bella. Honestly, I was saying to my business partner, I was against it, not for the sake of like I just didn't know how. I'm more in person. I prefer to do one-on-ones person, classes person. So I didn't know if I'd be able to get that same feedback and energy through a Zoom. And funny enough, like we done it, and it worked quite well. And a lot of people,
Yeah.
when I say a lot of
It does
people,
work. It does work, but you would have to have like weekly meetings with the client. They have to come and see at one stage. You know what I mean? You got to visually see something. That's what I found. They do work.
Yeah. I mean,
So
it
what
worked
did it
though.
do for you?
Yeah, no, so it worked. So we tried, not all my clients done it. I had about maybe 40–50% that went to Zoom online workouts. You know, some of them already had equipment already. Some of them just do body weight. But for them, a lot of it was just to literally stay active. And, you know, sometimes YouTube workouts are good and they're good. But, you know, when someone's there just correcting your form and someone's there talking to you, that feedback, I found that, you know, people, that's what they want rather than just putting on a YouTube workout. You know, and I just think, you know what, as humans, what it did, like for me, I just feel like we are just adapt. We're so good at adapting to situations. I feel like, you know, the people that were still active, I know a lot of people did go quiet, which was fine as well. It was a weird time that we was going through, but, you know, I feel like that kept my sanity, just knowing that I've got Zoom workouts booked in and that I'm not just doing nothing.
Yeah. Did the pandemic kind of like when it died down? Did it prove? Did it kind of prove who the real personal trainers are?
Uh, it didn't. It
Because there's a lot of
was.
people I've
I
seen.
know. I see some quotes.
Say that again. Say that again. You seen what?
Yeah, no, I thought it frozen. No, so I saw a quote that it was like, this pandemic we'll see who the real hustlers are or something like that, because stuff like that. At the same time, I just feel like, you know what, maybe it was a mental break that some people needed as well. So I think, you know, like our industry is quite demanding. So maybe people that, you know, that they could, or what I did find, some people that did work for companies that were still getting furloughed and getting paid, they did have that kind of luxury to, you know, step back a little bit, where myself, I'm self-employed, and, you know, I didn't have that luxury. I didn't have no money coming in apart from what I was doing, right?
Yeah.
You know, but again, just, yeah, I think with the trainers, I think just people are just adapting, right? I still, now that we've come out of the whole lockdown, I still prefer to train people face to face.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but your company, Trinity Fit London, that's the
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah.
Trinity Fit London, you do online coaching. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do online coaching, online one-to-ones in group sessions. Yeah. You do couple sessions. You do special population. So you work with the disabled children.
Yeah.
You do you repost inspirational quotes, and you do a running club. Plus you
Yeah.
manage all of them.
Sorry, what was that? The last bit?
You do a running club, plus you manage all of that, what I've just said.
Yeah. So we've got people
Do you have staff?
Yeah, so we have people that work, like, not for Trinity, but they work at Trinity. So we have freelance trainers that come in and train their clients at the studio. We got trainers that we give them clients, and then it's a percentage split between the client and the trainer and the studio.
That's good.
Yes, so I mean, even that's good as well, because especially I think some companies, if you work for David Lloyd's and Virgin Active, I think they take a massive cut and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And especially
Even your business partner could work there forever.
Sorry?
You have set up something with your business partner where you can work at Trinity forever.
Yeah. I mean, this but this is the thing, Bella, because it's systems, you know, like this is what I'm learning, is systems that, you know, it's so demanding, thinking that I always have to be with a client or, you know, training a client, where now like even yesterday was it's a nice feeling knowing that I was leaving the studio and we had 3 trainers upstairs training their client, and I was leaving and I'm not even there. And, you know, like for me, that was you know, it's kind of like, wow, it kind of hit home a little bit more. Sometimes, you know, I don't realize like what we are trying to create, what we're creating. You know, so it was nice to just know that we've created a space where people can train their clients, they feel comfortable and stuff like that. So, you know, and I feel like this is just the start almost as well. So we want to obviously...
Yeah. If I was in North London, I would definitely be a part of that.
Yeah, no, we'd love to have you, Bella. Your energy would definitely be matched here, trust me.
Yeah, oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, honestly, I've always
what
wanted your
inspires
stuff,
you,
innit?
Amrit? What
Sorry?
inspires you? What inspires you?
What inspires me?
What in this industry that we are in inspires you? Why, like, what do you watch that uplifts you, that makes you gain more ideas to help others through your company? Is it a specific person or what, a book?
You know, it's more mental. I like, you know, the mental health side of it has been very, it's close to me. I'll get into a little bit of it, not to, again, it's like, you know, I've gone through my own, like, you know, mental health issues. I don't say issues, but mental health, you know, stuff that I've been struggling with over the years. Just based on obviously stuff like work environments that I was in that was very toxic, you know, and it's very easy to get drawn into that, and then before you know it, you're quite in a very I was in a very lost space, you know, and I felt like I had people around me, you know, that cared, family, friends, you know, but at the same time, it was a place where I felt quite lonely, you know, so that, yeah. Also,
That happened to me. That happened to me. I relate to you, 1000%.
Yeah, so it's crazy because I've got such a big family. If you see my Instagram, you see I'm always with my cousin's family. So there's a lot of love there. You
You're
know,
a baby.
yeah.
You're a baby in your arms.
My nephew, honestly, my nephew, niece. There's so many of my cousin just had another baby as well. So there's a whole growing army of them. And you know what? Children just give me life. Like my nephew, nieces, and I feel like, you know what? One thing about, I just think kids is just so pure and innocent, and you know, I feel like that's I think as adults, I think we need to go back to that pure and innocence, and you know, stuff like that. But at the same time, we're yeah, it's just amazing with the family. When I see my nephews, nieces, I feel like they just bring me back down to, you know, what's really important, right?
Yeah.
You know, but what inspires me, just people, like, you know, people inspire me. I think just the goodness, like today at the class I ran, you know, after, if you see the videos, pictures, you know, everyone's smiling. You see, like, they've left, they come in, whatever they're dealing with, they forget for that 45 minutes, hour, and you just leave them better off than when they did coming in the door, you know. And I feel like that gives me energy. There's some days where on a Tuesday evening, for instance, I do like back-to-back classes and clients. I finish my class at 9 o'clock in the evening, but because I'm so wide up, I just sit down for about 45 minutes, hour, not even doing nothing. Before I even start clearing up the studio, I'm so energized. And on the Tuesday, honestly, I find it very hard to get sleep because I'm just buzzing from
energy.
I love that but I love it, Bella, I love it because it's like, you know what? More so my space was like, coming from a place where I didn't feel like I was contributing to society or doing good, you know, now to people coming in, feeling like they've done a great workout, you feel like you've helped them, and, you know, they've reciprocated their energy. And I think when that's the case, you know, it's just a positive, it's a positive energy, right? And I think I'm just trying to like be like, you know, as positive as possible and just doing positive things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You are one of the most positive people I've ever met, and I would never forget you. I don't care. You know, those people that you just don't forget, and it's like you're the definition, yeah, of a real fitness professional. Like, you're a real personal trainer. Like, you're a real professional, the real thing. I'm sorry that I'm just over exerting it, but you are the real deal. I've never known you to do anything else. So now that I've seen you doing little bits, like I've seen you climbing now, like you got in. This is all because you've got to the point where you've done a lot of the hard work, and then you've got comfortable with what you created. So now you're doing things for yourself.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And it shows,
That,
like it shows on your page, the growth. I see it, bro.
that's exactly what
So
it
proud
is.
of you. I'm so
No,
proud.
thank you, Bella. Thank you. You know what? Yeah, thank you. I don't
No,
think
you do. Trust me.
we give ourselves
I
enough
just
credit,
asked
Bella.
you what I just asked you what inspires you, what makes you happy, and you said, "Other people being happy after your class." Like you're not even caring. It's not even. You're selfless. Do you know what I mean? It's beautiful, man. I love that. That shit can make me emotional because I feel the same way. I get happy when I see other people happy.
Yeah, for real. That's how I operate. Yeah, I feel like this whole you talk like where you said that obviously I'm doing more things for myself now, so more things that I enjoy. You know, like and that your our happiness is our priority, right? You know, because at the day you can't fill from an empty cup, and I love that saying because it's I think Will Smith says it and stuff like that. But you know, a lot of times just the way we are, and I know you're the same. We're just very giving people, and I feel you know sometimes we can give, and then we're left on empty, and then you know we're no good to our family, friends, clients, and
Yeah,
stuff
I
like
say
that.
that
I
to
feel
my
like
friends all the time.
yeah, that, you know that saying
I
you
always
wouldn't
have
leave your
to.
phone
I
to
need
go.
to refuel.
Sorry.
Us PTs need to refuel ourselves to be able to work with these people.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yeah,
And I'm so big on that now. So I feel like I'm just constantly filling my cup, and you know, if it overflows, I feel like I can just keep giving and giving. I'm overflowing with like, and it's just literally over the last few years. Honestly, I've got so much. I think maybe with my nephews, I've just got so much more love now. I just, you know, I feel like there's so much badness going on in the world and all this madness. You know, I feel like
yeah,
right now the answer is just literally just keep giving love. You know, it's not even about giving and receiving. You know, like I think it's just give it, and you know whether it comes back, it does. Whatnot, you're leaving the. I feel like maybe our thing here is just leave the world a better place than what we did when we were here. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah,
so beautiful.
yeah, it's
Are you
powerful
married?
actually.
Are you married? Do you want to get married?
Not yet. No, I want to keep. Not yet. That's why I'm doing salsa.
I'll marry you. I'll marry you.
I just.
Thank
That's
you.
what.
Now that is beautiful, man. Oh my god, I don't even know what to ask you now. That's just
No, but
amazing.
I just got to shout you out, Bella, as well. Honestly, obviously we follow each other, and I haven't. Obviously, I haven't seen you since that time we seen you like 6 years ago, but still following the journey. And I think it's just, you know, like see people that you know and you like, you know, like the progression part of it and just transitioning. You see that, you know, we are very alike. You know, I think the training industry, I guess some industries as well, they feel like it's competition and that. We're like, we're all here trying to, someone leaves you feeling better off, you're adding to the, you know, like that positivity, right? So I feel
Yes,
like trainers have a very good role in helping people, you know, change their whole lifestyle. Same how it's helped us change our lifestyle. I think
yes,
try to do the same for other people now. So where it's helped me get out of a dark place that I was in, I feel like that's so close to me. I feel like when someone comes in, I feel when they say they want to get their body in shape, I really know that it's more driven towards mental health. They just want to be in a better headspace, and naturally your body will relate to you being in a better headspace, right?
perfect. That's it. I got goosebumps when you just said that. You know,
Yeah.
like the hairs on my neck. So it's true. That I
Yeah.
can't even say any better than that. There's nothing I can say. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like, um, do oh, let me just take that in a bit, Amrit. That was lovely.
No, yeah, but no, it's trust me, but
I love
it's
this,
good.
you know.
It's like
I swear
when
down.
you
I love
start,
what I'm
Bella,
doing. This is just,
when you
I'm
when you
learning so much and I just
sorry.
love this. Yeah. Um, tell me what's the difference? I'm going to go off track so I don't, I'm praying. What's the difference between someone like us who's had years of experience of changing people's lives and helping people become a better version of themselves? What's the difference between us and a doctor?
And a doctor,
Yeah.
I think a lot of times, I mean, sometimes you see doctors that are actually not in shape, and they, you know, I feel like they've got the formal education, they've got the formal
What
education,
doctor's
but they
trying to
don't.
say? I don't like listening to her.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Like, I mean, sometimes people know what to say and that they've got all the textbook formal education, but I feel like where we've kind of put ourselves through it, and it's coming from a genuine place, you know. Like, I'm not saying doctors, they've got your health, you know, that's what they got into the profession for. But sometimes it's just a numbers thing that you come in, you go to GPs, they just want to get you in and out. You know, where with us, we see the long game of the well-being lifestyle. So it's not like, you know, come in, get the training, understand the training, you know that you're trying to change your lifestyle, you're trying to add more years to your life, right? You know, and just basically, you know, I live with my grandmother, Bella, right? So even a couple of months back, she had a fall. Luckily, I was in the house, but she was on a fall. Luckily, I was in the house and I could pick her up. But, you know, it just shows that she wouldn't even have the energy to lift herself up. She would have just been laying there if I wasn't there. So, like, even that was like, wow, like how important it is for us to stay strong, you know, the basics. So if that was to happen when we're elderly, we have got the strength and energy to lift ourselves up and whatnot, you know. So I think with doctors, again, nothing is not even, they're obviously there to help us, but I feel like with trainers, I think we're really more into their lifestyle. We actually, you know, we put ourselves through it and people can see, you know, it's not just from our physique, but they can see that we're passionate about it because, you know, you see, what I always find is when someone starts talking something and they see that they get very passionate about it, that's what they enjoy doing, you know, they're very drawn to that. So for me, I love fitness for many reasons, and I think just generally just the whole mental element of it, you know, the fitness side of it, and it just brings people together, right? Community, we're just trying to better ourselves.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. Got some more questions now. How does it feel? How does it feel to have what you have now?
Sorry?
How does it feel to have Trinity and know that it's something that's going to be around for a very long time? Like, how does it feel to know that you're part of that creation?
I'm very hard on myself, Bella. I'm very, very hard on myself just because, you know, it's something that I'm working on as well. But, you know, just to actually pat myself on the back because, you know,
Definitely.
I need to do more of it, and you can't rely on people to do that for you. Even though I appreciate you saying it, people that know me close or people that have been following my thing, they see the transition, and I get a lot of people, oh, you've done so well, but I think more so it's more something that I'm dealing with, just to know that, you know, again going back, I was not in a good headspace before, you know, to know that wait, I've put myself through it, you know, the uncomfortable positions that I've been in, you know, and stuff like that, and just learning to grow and just keep growing. To you know, to actually be sitting in the studio when I'm closing the studio, when I get in here early in the morning, I'm getting here. Sometimes I'm waking up at like 4:50, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm still doing that, you know. And it's not a thing for me. It's not. I've done jobs before, and I've got up and I'm like dreaded going into work. And for me, that was more painful than, you know, that was very painful because I was like, what? How can I be doing this 5-6 days a week, waking up and actually dreading going into work? You know, for me, every day I actually love what I do. There's only some days where I'm really tired. I love what I do. I'll be here all day long if I had to. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's I feel like I just need to actually give myself give myself that pat on the back, and, you know, especially with my business partner as well. She works more towards the back side of like Trinity as well. But even with her, you know, it's just lucky to have got my business partner to that support, you know, to do this by myself. As much as I've got the energy, it's good to have the support systems as well. So
yeah, where did you find her?
she used to train clients in my old studio, so she was training there. She would rent the studio from me, and I think one day we just discussed it. We're like, oh, like, how do you feel about opening another space? And the whole process of opening it, Bella, was quite long because we found about 3 or 4 spaces. No, we found 2 spaces. We were literally going through all the works and getting the paperwork done. We was about to sign contracts and whatnot, and it would have been a lot more money than we have put into Trinity, but they didn't go through. And I think it was just a blessing that it didn't go through because it's brought us to here, which I think it was meant to be. You know, like, and another, it's not even like, it's just quite interesting because we actually called the business on company's house. Before we had it as Trinity, it was called Synergy Fit. So that was the name of the company. We didn't even know that there was another Synergy out there. So before we even knew that Trinity, like this space, And then when we didn't get the last 2 spaces, we looked around and I found this space. And the name of this gym before we took over was called Synergy Personal Training. Yeah, yeah. So for like, that was a bit like, we were thinking, I didn't even know there was another Synergy. So we actually, company's house, we were registered as Synergy Fit Limited. And then when I found this space, this was called Synergy Personal Training. So we took it over. Yeah, exactly.
It was meant to be, isn't it?
Yeah, trust me.
Wow.
Honestly, Trinity.
That is crazy. I love when things like that happen. That's just your ancestors, you know, like they're guiding you, giving you little tips, isn't it? Like you're in the right place, man.
No, it's meant, honestly, it's meant to be there. It's meant to be. And even like
and
where
it's the happiest I've seen you. It's the happiest I've seen you at Trinity.
Yeah.
Like Amrit, when I think of you, yeah, I think of a selfie, 2 people behind you, and you just smiling.
I get the piss taken out of me, trust me. Everyone's like, if you look at my Instagram, a lot of pictures just me in the corner taking a selfie, yeah? But you know what? When you see the smile, it's such a genuine smile, honestly. I'm
happy, man.
I'm happiest when I'm doing fitness. Sorry? I said I'm my happiest when I'm doing fitness.
Yeah, me too.
Trust me. Yeah.
Why is it important for you that your clients keep up your training? Like keep up the training when they leave you? Because you know a lot of them don't. They fall back, but a lot of them do stay on their training. Why is it important for all clients to continue training once they finish paying?
Just the lifestyle change, isn't it? Because I think the whole thing you're trying to encourage is that lifestyle change, right? Because they're putting all that work, again, money as well. So the money, time they've put in, right? So, you know, making sure that they continue that. And even if they choose to go elsewhere, you've taken them from A to B. You know, and I feel like, you know, the whole thing, you as a trainer, I think you're just trying to encourage them to continue what you've taught them outside. And I've had clients before, which is, you know, they've gone backwards. You know, training people up for weddings and stuff like that. They've trained like my cousin as well. Now he's back on track. But I trained my cousin and his fiance, his wife now. You know, and once the marriage stage was over, I think he said he put on back on like 7-8 kg. You know, and you get comfortable and stuff like that, but you just want to encourage that consistency of it. You're not just doing it for summer. You're not doing it for weddings, birthdays. You're doing it for a lifetime. You know, so I feel like just encourage that consistency, and I think you just be a lot better off. Like, you know, you've never done a good workout and not felt better after, right? So keep literally have that feeling. To like, my focus is going to that workout with wanting to leave there feeling healthy and happier, you know, so it's not so much about...
Who's Khan?
That's my client. That's my client, G.
When I asked you the question about why is it important for clients to train, she put listening.
You know what? I'm gonna draw G out, yeah, because G's one of my old clients. No, but Bella, I'm gonna draw G out, yeah. I'm gonna draw out because G was training with me when I first started at my better gym. Yeah, G was on it. Before she got married, she got into great shape. You know what I mean? She was fully on training, and then obviously Sorry?
She's been with you for years.
Yeah, so she was there, and then what happened? She got married, and I moved to the new gym, and then we stopped training. And then obviously I think we're still following each other social media, still see what obviously I could still see what she was doing and whatnot. But
keeping an eye on her.
Yeah, but now she's got back in. So she reached out to me a couple of months back. So she did come a few classes at Trinity, but she reached out a few months back. And now we started again. And now I'm just trying to embed that. Let's get you back to that pre-wedding body and just stick with it. You know?
Yeah, you know what? It shows like the fact that she just keeps coming back to you. Yeah. It shows that you're the man to help her. You're the PT for her, you know? I love clients like that where I wouldn't mind. I've had a few clients that like, maybe 6 months, disappeared for a year, come back, 6 months, disappeared for 2 years. Like, I'm just honored that they keep coming back to me. You know what I mean? But as a PT, we get a bit upset in it. Like, I'm not here to play games, okay?
Yeah.
Keep the physique. I can't be bothered to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Man.
Say again?
And who's Edoka? Edoka 89?
That's my friend Eddie as well. Yeah, Eddie, we used to train as well. She's moved.
Oh,
She's
that's
back in
lovely, man.
She's
The
back in
all hair
Hungary.
supporting you.
Sorry?
The all hair supporting you, and I love
No,
that.
no, honestly, I've trained a lot of people over the years, and you know what it is, when you get into it, that's why it's called personal training. You do get personal with your client. You know, you kind of almost become not a therapist because we're not qualified for that, but I feel like both ways, like, you know, like they talk about, I don't say that they talk about what's going on with their life, and you know, you try to kind of,
You naturally become a life coach for them.
yeah, you know, but at the same time, you can talk to them, and they've got life experience that they can help you. So I feel like it's
and clients, we need you to know that us PT, we learn from you too, innit?
Yeah,
We learn from them, and if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be able to get better. So, I love all clients in the world. Putting it out there.
yeah. No, you know what? I'm blessed to have some really good clients. I'm really blessed to have some good clients, and you know, I've had clients in the past where it's been the case where you want it more for them than they want it for themselves, and I think initially that's fine because you know you really want to get them going, but then sometimes if you feel that it's draining your energy and it's taking it away from people that are coming in that genuinely, you know, that you want to give them that energy, I feel like you kind of got to draw that line because again, you got to look at our energy is very important, and I think we've got to be very mindful of who we're giving it to and stuff like that. So sometimes if that's the case, as much as it is, you have to let them know, like, you know what, this is not working.
And I learned the hard way. I learned that the hard way. But once I learned it, I never changed again. I was able to. I know now if I'm going to train someone, even through text. Even through text, I can tell if I'm going to train that person. Yeah, listen, that's how much I'm clued up. I can feel it. I can feel them through the phone. Amrit.
Yeah.
I used to be scared about it, and I used to be like, "No, I'm being a bit too much." No, that's me. That's who I am. I'm not changing it. I can feel you. I know if you want this, all right. I can tell.
Yeah.
Same us, guys. But yeah, before I go, Amrit, I just want you to give me some advice for like PTs out there who are like who's coming out of uni and college and they want to start PTing and they're not qualified. What advice would you give them?
I think higher energy, definitely high energy, and come from a genuine place as well. I actually want to help people. You know, like the money side. I think when I done my PT course, when I first done it, you know, there was a lot. I think there was like 27 people on the course. I think maybe or something like that. There was quite a lot of people. And then when you'd hear like why a lot of them wanted to do the PT, and I get it, like we understand that money is a big aspect of it, but it's not easy. You know, I think people, they sell you on PT, get into it, you're gonna make loads of money. Yeah, you can if you're very committed to it and stuff like that, but it's a hard industry if you're not gonna put the work in. But I feel like, you know what, like really try to help from a genuine place. You know, and then meet the client where they're at as well. To try not to take them from A to Z straight away, like meeting them at B, and then once they're at B, take them to C. You know, like literally go through the process. Some people, you know, they might be already at C, then you can meet them where they are, but don't. The whole thing is don't rush the process of the journey of, you know, what you get into, because it's a lifelong thing that you're doing right with them. So they might be with you 1 year, but once they leave, that 1 year spent with them, they're going to be using that for the lifetime, right? So, you know, be patient with your clients. Be like, you know, be patient with your clients, and also, you know, reach out to people as well. Reach out to trainers. Reach out to people that might be a bit ahead in the industry, and you know, don't feel like you know the answers. I'm still learning. I've just recently done a program with a guy called Harvey Lawson. I think it's Lawson, his surname I can't pronounce. I can send you the link for him, and he's so high up in the. I think he's one of the best coaches out there, and I think he's so clear on what he wants you to do, and he's always there to support you, him and his partner. So I think reach out to people, and you know, just get around good energy. I think get around good people, and I think that's it, really.
Yeah, wow, man.
Yeah.
I feel really inspired today. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it.
No, I appreciate it. Honestly, I see you.
I'm gonna come up and see you. It's getting hot now. I'm gonna come up and see you. I'm gonna come and see you for a session. I'm gonna bring my camera back.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up and see you before, because I want to see you before November. Yeah.
Yeah, that's, you got to see me before that though. That's time away.
Yeah, way before November. I'm gonna come and see you, do a session, and let you
Yeah.
wrap me up, and I'm gonna go home happy. Okay.
Yeah.
But
All
it
right,
was
let's
so
do it.
lovely getting to know you and hearing your story, Amrit. I'm so honored. Thank you so much for today.
Yeah, thank you, Bella. No, it's honestly always a pleasure.
Yeah, always a pleasure, my bro. And I'm gonna tell them to share your message, yeah? Send me all the links that you can for everything you said. Okay?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
One love, brother. I love you, man. Have a great day.
Bella, thank you very much. Yeah, love.
You love, love,
Yeah,
love. See you
love.
later.